There's an endless debate about which side of the soft to hard magic system spectrum is better. But what if you didn't really have to pick a team? With a hybrid approach, you don't have to choose between being mysterious and awe-inspiring or logical and rule-based, they can be both. While we often think of magic systems as either soft, like Gandalf pulling off feats we don't quite understand, or hard, with clear rules and limits, like in Fullmetal Alchemist, both approaches come with their own problem. Soft magic might keep you guessing and leave room for wonder, but it can also lead to plot holes or feel like a deus ex machina when magic conveniently solves a problem out of nowhere. On the flip side, hard magic gives readers the satisfaction of clear logic and consequences, but it can feel overly mechanical, like a game of fantasy physics, leaving no room for mystery. The truth is, magic doesn't have to limit itself to one or the other.
This is where hybrid magic systems come in. Magic systems that take the best of both worlds. They give you the structure of hard magic with its satisfying limits and rules, while still leaving space for the wonder and unpredictability of soft magic. It's like having your cake and eating it too. And the best part, hybrid systems often avoid the pitfalls of both extremes, creating magic that feels grounded, mysterious, and epic all at the same time. So in this video, we're discussing hybrid magic systems, what they are, why they work so well, and how they solve the problems of hard and soft magic. We'll look at a few brilliant examples that pull off this balance perfectly, and we'll share some tips on how to craft your own. Let's get to it.
A hybrid magic system is exactly what it sounds like. A mix of both hard and soft magic that lets you have your cake and eat it too. Some parts of the magic have clear rules and limits, like specific spells or costs, while other parts stay mysterious, leaving room for wonder and surprise. It's the perfect balance for storytelling, giving you the tension and strategy of a hard system while keeping the awe and the unpredictability of a soft one.
Think of it as a way to make magic feel both grounded and magical, without leaning too far into either direction. It could either be hybrid in a sense of having one magic system that balances elements from both sides of the spectrum, or having a setting with different magic systems, a few leaning more towards the soft magic and a few leaning more towards hard magic, complementing each other in a hybrid approach.
The beauty of hybrid magic is that it avoids the common pitfalls of purely hard or soft systems. For viewers, it delivers the thrill of seeing clear, strategic magic in action, without losing that what-if feeling of wonder. For writers, it's like having a toolkit with both structure and freedom. You can plan big, satisfying moments while still surprising the audience with something new. Take Avatar, The Last Airbender, for example. Bending has clear rules and elemental limits, but the spiritual aspects of the Avatar state remain mysterious and awe-inspiring. Or look at The Witcher, where spells follow logical costs, yet the magic of chaos and elder blood feels mythic and unpredictable.
So hybrid systems let creators strike the perfect balance, grounding the magic in reality just enough, while still leaving space for imagination. Next, we will explore how the hybrid approach can mitigate the problems of both sides of the spectrum.
Hard magic systems are great when you want logic, strategy, and clear consequences, like knowing exactly how a fireball spell works or what it costs the mage to cast it. But here's the catch. When you explain too much, magic starts to feel mechanical, like math homework with prettier visuals. It becomes less magical and more like a rulebook. A hybrid system fixes this by leaving just enough unexplained to keep the wonder alive. Take Final Fantasy VII as an example. The materia system has clear rules. Players equip magical orbs to unlock specific spells and powers, but the life stream, the mystical energy of the planet, remains mysterious and awe-inspiring, giving the world a spiritual depth beyond mechanics. You get the satisfaction of understanding how the system works and the sense that there's still something greater at play. On the other end, soft magic thrives on mystery, but it can frustrate audiences when it becomes a convenient, get-out-of-jail-free card for the writer. We've all seen those moments where a hero suddenly pulls off an impossible spell with no setup, and it feels unearned, like the game is cheating. A hybrid system avoids this by introducing structure. There are clear costs, rules, or limitations, so the magic still has weight. Take Dragon Age Origins, for instance. Mages have access to spells, but using too much magic risks pulling creatures from the fate, the mystical realm of dreams and spirits. It's structured enough to build tension and stakes, but the fate itself, where magic truly comes from, remains mysterious and unpredictable. Adding layers of wonder to the story, you can mix logic with mysticism to keep audiences invested without robbing the story of its magic.
My favorite approach in those cases is to have at least two different systems. One that leans heavily towards hard magic for more common character use, and another system that leans towards soft magic for big story moments. Make sure to always foreshadow this huge soft magic events to reduce the Deus Ex Machina effect, and think about adding a personal cost to its use to make it tie back to the character's arc in some significant way. Also, it is more elegant when the two or more magic systems either complement or contrast each other thematically. You always can make your story elements more efficient by achieving more storytelling goals at once. So if your hybrid magic system contributes to character development, theme exploration, and it has a clear sense of rule and stakes, but also adds a sense of wonder and intrigue to the plot, your magic system is enhancing many different fronts of your story.
Now, I also wanted to discuss a couple of case studies, so we can have a more concrete idea of this hybrid approach. The Stormlight Archive is a great example in hybrid magic systems, blending structure and mystery to create something truly epic. On one hand, you have the surge binding powers, which are rule-based and clearly defined. Each ability, like gravitation, which lets characters manipulate gravity to fly, or division, which lets them break objects down, has specific mechanics and limitations. This hard magic approach gives readers a sense of strategy and stakes. When characters like Kaladin or Shallan use their powers, we understand what's possible and what's at risk. It makes Sanderson's battle scenes feel deliberate and satisfying, almost like watching a game of chess with explosion. But here's where it gets brilliant. Sanderson doesn't stop at the mechanics. Surrounding the surge binding powers are deeper mysteries that tie into the larger world and magic of the Cosmere. The Spren, those strange, sentient manifestations of emotions and ideas, add an element of wonder and unpredictability. Then there are the Shards, godlike forces that exist beyond the mortal world, whose powers and motivations are still shrouded in mystery. These mystical elements contrast beautifully with the clear-cut abilities of surge binding. Thematically, they represent a deeper, more spiritual side of magic, suggesting that while humans can master pieces of it, the greater forces of the universe remain beyond their full understanding.
This balance, it's one of the elements that makes Stormlight Archive so fun to read. The hard magic gives Sanderson the tools to create high-stakes battles and write situations with satisfying creative problem solving using the limitations, while the soft, mysterious elements keep the readers invested in the unknown, constantly hinting at something greater than the characters themselves. Together, the systems complement each other and serve to reflect the story's themes of discovery, power, and humanity's struggle to understand forces far bigger than themselves. It's a very solid example of how magic can feel both grounded and awe-inspiring, the harder and softer elements complementing each other very well, and serving the story in a way that is thematically fitting.
In The Kingkiller Chronicle by Patrick Rothfuss, the magic system is a perfect example of how a hybrid approach can create both tension and wonder. On the hard magic side, you have sympathy, a system grounded in logic and clear rules. It works through energy exchange, where Kvothe has to create a mental link between objects, and any use of magic costs him physical energy. If he tries something too ambitious, there are real consequences, like exhaustion or failure. This structure makes every use of sympathy feel earned, adding tension to Kvothe's choices. When he uses it in a clever way, like linking fire to someone's cloak in a duel, it feels strategic and satisfying, because readers understand exactly how it works. But then there's naming, the softer, more mysterious side of the magic. Naming is ancient and elusive, where understanding the true name of something, like the wind or fire, grants incredible power. Unlike sympathy, it can't be taught through equations or logic. It requires intuition, insight, and a deeper connection to the world. This adds a sense of wonder to the story. Kvothe's glimpses of this magic make it feel mythic, as though he's tapping into something far older and more profound than anyone fully understands. The Chandrian, the mysterious deadly figures haunting Kvothe's life, remain shrouded in secrecy, keeping readers intrigued and always searching for answers.
The contrast between the logical, mechanical sympathy and the mysterious, intuitive naming reflects the story broader themes of knowledge versus understanding. Sympathy shows how humans have this impulse to try to control and systematize magic, while naming hints at a vast, unknowable force of the world. Rufus balances the two to create a magic system that feels grounded but still magical, one where rules and wonder coexist. So the King Killer's Chronicles magic system really makes you think about humanity's desire to structure and dissect natural or magical phenomena, per se, but also the other side of the coin, which is, doesn't matter how much we understand phenomena and science progresses, there's always going to be an element of mystery that it's impossible to comprehend for the human mind. Just think of our own reality.
So, here's a 5-step approach to crafting a hybrid magic system. Start with a foundation. First things first. Decide which parts of your magic system need clear rules and cost. These are the building blocks that ground your magic and make it feel real. If characters can toss around fireballs, what does it cost them? Energy, physical strain, or something personal? This structure creates tension and strategy. Magic can't just solve every problem easily.
Add boundaries and add costs. Both of these things bring conflict and stakes to the plot, and every story needs them. A solid foundation lets readers know what's possible and sets up the stakes.
Not everything needs to be explained. Leaving parts of your magic system mysterious, like its origin, ancient secrets, or untapped potential, keeps the sense of wonder alive. When your characters don't have all the answers, it creates room for discovery and excitement. Look at the Force in the original Star Wars. It's powerful, mystical, and full of meaning, even though we don't know exactly how it works. The midichlorians in the Phantom Menace are a classic cautionary tale. By reducing the Force to microscopic organisms in the blood, it turned something spiritual and awe-inspiring into a biological science experiment.
The explanation removed the magic's mystique and made it feel smaller, less special. So when it comes to your magic system, leave some doors closed. Let readers feel that there's always more to discover. Humanity doesn't know the answer to every single natural phenomena in our world. We probably never know every single answer. Why would your setting be different?
Magic should always serve the story, not the other way around. Ask yourself, how does the magic connect to your plot, your themes, and your characters? If your hero's arc is about sacrifice, the magic might require a personal cost. If your theme is about humanity's hubris, maybe magic is tied to forces beyond mortal control.
Again, the Magic in Stormlight archive reflects the character's growth. Like Kaladin learned to fly to overcome his doubts. Don't bog the readers down with unnecessary details, avoid info dumping, and only explain what the story needs in an organic way.
Even if some parts of your magic are mysterious, there should still be consequences when characters use it. Magic without limits feels cheap, like a cheat code to solve every problem. Whether it's physical exhaustion, emotional strain, or unintended side effects, consequences make magic meaningful. By adding costs, you create tension, risk, and stakes that keep readers invested. A great hybrid system doesn't spill all its secrets at once. Instead, peel back the layers of your magic slowly, and let readers discover its mysteries alongside the character. This keeps the audience engaged and gives your world a sense of depth.
Gradual reveals keep the magic fresh, intriguing, and it also avoids info dumps. You can even use the moment in which the magic is explained to further develop word building or characterization. For example, a character that is skeptical or scared of magic may describe it in negative terms. An ambitious character may describe it as a means to an end. I always talk about this here. When you make the scene serve multiple purposes at once, it's often a sign of good writing. Be careful with this though. If you only reveal a capability of magic exactly when you need to use it to write yourself out of a corner, that can come across as cheap and poorly executed. If you want a big magical moment to solve a situation, don't forget to foreshadow it and make it cost something to the character.
At the end of the day, hybrid magic systems give us the best of both worlds. They combine the satisfying structure and tension of hard magic with the awe, mystery, and unpredictability of soft magic. When authors ground parts of the magic in clear rules and limits while leaving other aspects mysterious, you can create magic that feels both believable and magical, something that serves the plot, deepens your themes, and keeps the story engaging.
If you're a writer, remember, start with the foundation, preserve the mystery, tie magic to your story, add consequences, and reveal it gradually. Do that and you have a magic system that feels epic, elegant, and impactful. Let me know in the comments any other examples of hybrid magic done well. And if you're working on a hybrid magic system of your own and want to share it, we'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.
Come join our Tavern discussion of fantasy storytelling and world building here at Loregeist. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, and may your tales be ever epic.